Hey my beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel, Supreme Medium Diviner. It's your favorite voodoo queen, Tammy. Yes, I do voodoo. Yes, I talk to the dead. Today we're going to be talking about crossroads, spiritual crossroads, what they mean, where the locations are, and what happens at a crossroads. But before we get started, if you have not subscribed to me, please subscribe to me. Go ahead and hit that notification bell once you subscribe so you can be notified when I drop a video. Go ahead and share this content if it's going to mean something to somebody else. Go ahead and comment if you have something to add. I love to hear your expertise so we can talk about it together. So now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and get into this. Crossroads. I know you have heard of the term crossroads and thresholds. I feel it's important to go over crossroads first, okay? And then we'll come back and talk about thresholds another day, okay? But what is a crossroads? What exactly is it? Crossroads is a place that's in between two locations, two different realms, okay? We have many realms. So let me just give you an example. You have the earthly realm and you have the spiritual realm, okay? It's going to be a place where supernatural activity takes place. Supernatural only, okay? It's going to be where spirits communicate spirit to spirit, where spirits communicate with the living, okay? And like I said, where the paranormal activity is going to be, okay? So what locations are crossroads? We have water, we have the graveyard cemetery, railroads, an altar, and the road, okay? Now, when you're at any one of these crossroads, okay, if you stand in the middle of the crossroads, okay, so if it's, for example, if it's a road, you're going to stand in the middle, kind of like where they intersect, okay? That's where you're going to get the strongest paranormal activity from the supernatural, okay, if you go to these locations, to these crossroads, all right? So I want to talk about who's the gatekeeper at these crossroads, okay? The gatekeeper, the voodoo gatekeeper of the crossroad is Papa Legba, who is a voodoo loa, okay? So Papa Legba is the one who allows you to enter into the crossroads. And let me give you an example. I want to talk about somebody like myself, okay? I work in the spiritual realm, okay? So I want to tell you how I'm able to enter and why do I enter, okay? So first of all, not everyone has privy to go into the supernatural, okay? So when I do go, I am coming as a spirit, of course. Papa Legba has given me entrance into the supernatural, into the spiritual realm, because I have a job to do, okay? So what is my job? My job, I deal with spirits that are in the supernatural world, the spiritual realm. I also deal with spirits of the living that come to these crossroads for a time being, okay? When I deal with spirits that come to these crossroads for a time being, sometimes they're spirits that I don't know anything about that's already there that I need to help. And sometimes I pull them there myself. For example, when I have clients that I work with and I need to help them, it's important that I pull them into the supernatural, the spiritual realm, the crossroads, because I need to see their spirit. I need to see their past, their present, and their future. This is very important for me to be able to assist them, okay? So when I pull them in, then I have access to them completely, okay? Because we're in that spiritual realm and I'm able to see their spirit because we're in a supernatural location. And yes, it's paranormal activity going on. What does that mean for them? Their body, their physical body. Sometimes they will be restless when I'm dealing with them. Sometimes they sleep like a baby. I try to do this when they're asleep and they know nothing. A lot of people are restless, but the ones that sleep like a baby, they are pretty much an open book. So a lot of times I might have to trick them and tell them I'm coming this day, but I come another day just so I can have them well rested and their spirit is like showing me everything. Because remember, when the body is at rest, the spirit is roaming. So I need the body to be at rest so I can have full access to their spirit, okay? So let's talk about, that's basically what it means when a spirit, somebody's spirit comes to the crossroad. It's either because somebody brings you there or you're a worker. It's one of those two things, okay? And Papa Legba, he is the one that's going to let you in. So he lets me in. So therefore, when I bring somebody, they have access. It's okay for you to come in, okay? Now let's talk about the living who go at these crossroads, okay? And they're in the physical realm, not at the spiritual realm. So let's give an example like Lake Lanier. So when people go to this crossroads, dangerous things happen. We have had drownings, people, die, boating accidents. you're not really supposed to. No, I'm gonna take that back. It's okay to go to a crossroads, but if you're going to a crossroads that has some trauma to it, a history, you might want to stay away from that, because again, what do we say? It's a supernatural locations where spirits convene, commute, okay, and talk and all that kind of stuff like that. So as we know, Lake Lanier is not a good place. So when you go to a crossroads and you're not invited, you're not wanted, things are going to happen. You run the risk. Railroads is another example, okay, because we have our phantom trains that come through there and they pick up spirits that have died to travel to their destinations. If you go and you're not respectful of the location, it means you're being loud, just being obscene, you run the risk of something happening to you. Also, if you go to an intersection, a road where they meet, if you're at that road and that road is haunted, and again, you're being obscene, you're not being respectful, you run the risk of something happening to you, okay? So in the living, it's very important that you understand, if you choose to go to a crossroads, that you understand what you're doing and you understand why you're there, and try to go somewhere where there's not any trauma. So let's see, if you choose somewhere where there's not any trauma, I would though stay away from railroads and oceans, bodies of waters, okay? So I would probably stick to the road if you're actually looking for some super natural or paranormal activity, something that can like assist you. A lot of people go to crossroads in the road because they need assistance. So they'll try to get some type of paranormal activity from a spirit to assist them, okay? I would suggest using the intersection or a road, but please do your research about this road, okay? Do your research about this road, and also understand that you need to make sure that it is okay to be there, all right? So for instance, what I mean by that, since Papa Legba is the gatekeeper of the spiritual realm, if you're not a person that practices voodoo or understands voodoo, you don't even have to practice it. But if you're not a person who don't understand and you don't believe and all that kind of stuff like that, you're just going because somebody said, or you think you need something quick, don't do that. Don't do that. Be very respectful. Make sure that you understand and make sure that you believe, okay, if you choose to do this, all right? So that is my expertise on crossroads. I will be tomorrow dropping a video on thresholds, which is going to be very interesting. Let me just touch on a little bit. Thresholds is what cause hauntings, okay? So if you are a person who loves haunted places, then me talking about thresholds is going to interest you very much. So again, if you have not subscribed to me, go ahead and subscribe to me. I hope this content helped you, and I will see you guys next time.